Welcome back to the second show in our new series, Targets. Now, just to recap, on our first show, we looked at the dead straight driven bird and all the nuances related to bringing that target down. Today, we're going to look at a variant of that, the quartering bird. Now, this target's coming off the tower, but it's 40 degrees out to our left. And obviously how we approach this will relate to any degrees left and indeed right. Obviously, we're going to look at footwork, mount, fluid movement, and that all-important timing. And it is especially important to remember footwork on a target like this, because in the field, it's the difference of bringing the muzzle through the line or indeed missing underneath. We'll come to that shortly. Now, unlike the first episode where we showed two styles, this target enables us to show all three styles of shooting. Now, that's not something we're going to do throughout this series, but something that we feel would be quite fitting today. So we're going to approach this target in a maintained, in a swing through, and in a pull away method. Let's take a look at how it goes. Okay, let's have a talk about how we address the quartering bird. I've got a tower straight in front of me. The bird's coming off the top of the tower, about 40 degrees off to the left. Now, the details we're going to put into this shot relate to any quartering bird and indeed of either orientation, so left or indeed right. Let's look at it from a clay shooter's perspective. Let's think about kill point, hold point and pickup points. Now, for that, you're going to look at the bird and you're going to decide where you see it, where you lock into it and where you shoot it. So let's just play along. Let's say the bird's flown out, I've stepped round onto its line and my kill point's here. I'm going to bring my muzzle back to the hold point and then my eyes are going to be locked on the pickup point. And on the release of the bird, I see it, move to it or with it, through its line and take the shot. Nice and neat. Now, that takes some practice. Some people are slower, some people are faster, so you need to personalize that. But look at the line and decide where your 3 points are. If you're using this as practice for in the field, then of course, if live shooting, you're not going to know what's coming until it's in effect on top of you. So the footwork is going to be an instinctive move. So what can be good practice is to stand dead straight in line with the tower bird and on the release, step into the bird to then mount the gun up and through and on its line to take the shot. Clay shooters probably wouldn't do it any other way, but where it can be missed largely is in the field when people don't incorporate footwork. And what happens then is we get the very simple stood ready, bird comes out, we've run out of room, we can't go any further, and we're pulling the muzzle offline, and it just looks really messy. So, imperative to get those feet either set up in advance, or if indeed you're using this as a practice format for in-field shooting, get your feet light, get them moving, so you can get on the line of the bird. Let's load up, and let's take a shot. As I said earlier in the show, we were going to show you examples of the 3 shooting styles. Now, remember, those styles can be used on most targets by any individual. It was only because this target was high, long, with loads of sky, that it was a perfect format to highlight those 3 different styles. So running through from the top, and rather like in episode 1, we've got the good old swing through. The muzzle's going up behind the bird, coming through the bird to the desired lead, obviously found by using our timing, to then take the shot. And remember the side note on that one, not to put the muzzle too far behind the bird, keep tight behind. Same as episode 1 again, we also showed you pull away, which is otherwise known as method. So here the simple difference is the muzzle's now going up onto the clay to then press the gas, accelerate away and take the shot, obviously with timing. Now, the third one that we couldn't show you on the first episode, the straight driven target, because the target disappears, is maintained lead. Of course, with a quartering or crossing bird, we've got the full sight picture. So you'll see here that as the bird is released, the muzzle is immediately put into the lead position. So instinctively one would calculate the lead and then the clue's in the name, maintain that lead, i.e. move the muzzle at the same speed as the target, combining timing to then take the shot. So it would be in front, move, shoot. Any way is accessible to anybody. You've got to find your groove, you've got to practice. Now remember, you can still get those same mistakes. Rushing, okay, snapping at the shot, hesitating, mismounting, all those sort of things that just require that general practice. And remember also, with a bird that's quartering, is to get that footwork in place first. Either if you're clay shooting in advance, or for good practice, to stand straight on and then step into the shot, as I said earlier. I hope that all makes sense and again adds some value to your shooting. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Targets.